Dreams are hopeful because they exist as pure possibility. Unlike memories, which are fossils, long dead and buried deep. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. It's not always what we don't know that gets in our way. Sometimes it's what we think we know that keeps us from learning. If you can't change your fate, change your attitude. My life will be the best illustration of all my work. Be the person that will take the first step towards personal success. You will be remembered for it. To shine your brightest light is to be who you truly are. Failure is not when you fail once, but when you refuse to learn from your mistakes. People always say life is too short for regrets, but the truth is, it's too long. The demon that you can swallow gives you its power, and the greater life's pain, the greater life's reply. Almost anyone can be an author. The business is to collect money and fame from this state of being. I guess sometimes you have to lie to find the truth. I want words at my funeral, but I guess that means you need life in your life. I think I've discovered the secret of life. You just hang around until you get used to it. I do not know what the heart of a rascal may be, but I know what is in the heart of an honest man. It is horrible. Each time we don't say what we want to say, we're dying. Never allow a person to tell you no who doesn't have the power to say yes. Failure is a bend in the road, not the end of the road. Learn from failure and keep moving forward. Without balance, a life is no longer worth the effort. I don't like people around me sad. I like making people happy. Some stories wait their turn to be told. Others just tap you on the shoulder and insist you tell them. A bird is safe in its nest, but that is not what its wings are made for. Snow floated down every once in a while, but it was frail snow, like a memory fading into the distance. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Great men are like eagles and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Good ideas stay with you until you eventually write the story. A life isn't measured in hours and minutes. It's the quality, not the length. There are truths which are not for all men, nor for all times. You endure what is unbearable and you bear it. That is all. Tried living in the real world instead of a shell, but I was bored before I even began. It means you're perfect just the way you are. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. We remember the past, live in the present, and write the future. The wise man knows that it is better to sit on the banks of a remote mountain stream than to be emperor of the whole world. Getting something and having the wits to use it. Those are two different things. I do not know everything. Still many things I understand. Never hold resentments for the person who tells you what you need to hear. Count them among your truest, most caring, and valuable friends. There is no truth, Stephanie said mysteriously. Only perspectives. I enjoy growing older and wiser and learning from my mistakes every single day. This had seemed a safe choice, since to be against the Beatles is to be against life. You have to rise above the squabbling and chaos and keep believing. You have to always keep your goals in mind. Play around. Dive into absurdity and write. Take chances. You will succeed if you are fearless of failure. Nothing can now be believed which is seen in a newspaper. Truth itself becomes suspicious by being put into that polluted vehicle. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. You can never get a cup of tea large enough or a book long enough to suit me. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Happiness is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to deal with them. Dining with the king, your attire, attitude, and mentality must change. Grief, no matter how you try to cater to its wail, has a way of fading away. In life, you need either inspiration or desperation. Because even if the lie is beautiful, the truth is what you face in the end. For truth is always strange, stranger than fiction. I live my life in widening circles that reach out across the world. If you concentrate on small, manageable steps, you can cross unimaginable distances. I had forgotten how much light there is in the world till you gave it back to me. Doing the right things is a calling from your highest self. Do it as you are. I never fail. It's just that the people around me succeed more than I. Truth is neither in the scripture nor in the words of prophets. It is in your heart. Feel it, discover it, and expand with it. Be not angry that you cannot make others as you wish them to be, since you cannot make yourself as you wish to be. But in the end, it's only a passing thing. The shadow, even darkness, must pass. Dogs are not our whole life, but they make our lives whole. Follow your heart, then root its longing with the facts. It is very tough to climb a mountain. However, it is not as tough as convincing yourself that you can climb it. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. Don't ever give up. Even if it's painful, even if it's agonizing, don't try to take the easy way out. In order to attain the impossible, one must attempt the absurd. Times stride, so uneven, some days endless, and others like the blink of an eye. Fear is the polio of the soul which prevents our walking by faith. Understanding is the reward of faith. Therefore, seek not to understand that you may believe, but believe that you may understand. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. As far as I am concerned, philosophic questioning is just as likely to make you confused and depressed as it is to improve your condition. The words he said, too, must be human enough to bleed. Do not give them a candle to light the way, teach them how to make fire instead. That is the meaning of enlightenment. As a leader, you're not paid to make decisions. You're paid to get results from decisions. To prepare for the mountains, develop mind, body, will, and spirit as strong as a sword, soft as a pillow, and fluid as water. Truth is a hard master and costly to serve, but it simplifies all problems. It takes a lot of courage to show your dreams to someone else. The Christian religion is a very powerful and convincing mistake. Expect everything, I always say, and the unexpected never happens. Life is going to give you just what you put in it. Put your whole heart in everything you do and pray, then you can wait. Those who win never give up. Those who give up never win. If you give up what you want most for what you think you should want more, you'll end up miserable. With every part you act, there must be a little of yourself in it. If there isn't, it's not acting. It's lying. Nothing is ever complete. You just have to get it close enough that it makes you happy. Life is nothing without a little chaos to make it interesting. The moment a little boy is concerned with which is a jay and which is a sparrow, he can no longer see the birds or hear them sing. When friendship is settled, you must trust. Before friendship is formed, you must pass judgment. Make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. Today, I bent the truth to be kind, and I have no regret, for I am far surer of what is kind than I am of what is true. Books are mirrors. You only see in them what you already have inside you. Anak muda adalah kejalisahan dirap lang kanya adalah perubahan. Life is short. Focus on what really matters most. You have to change your priorities over time. Some battles don't have a winner. Sometimes the best a good general can hope for is a ceasefire. We have a responsibility to help those around us and help others in need. Never trust the translation or interpretation of something without first trusting its interpreter. We follow the codes not because they bring gain, but because we loathe the people we would otherwise become. People do not meet by chance. They navigate their lives to certain people for certain reasons. The beautiful journey of today can only begin when we learn to let go of yesterday. Receiving is good, but giving is much better. Nevertheless, sharing is the best. It is when things are at worst you will get the best. Sometimes the only way to succeed is to fail backwards.